Good morning, you guys. Welcome in. Um, Here we are on the 17th of August. All right, the moon is currently still in Capricorn. Today's transit looks a little bit different than we were experiencing yesterday. All right. We have most significantly the moon that's going to square over to Chiron in Aries today. We're going to see the moon in Capricorn quincunx over to the sun in Leo. We'll see a trine over to Uranus in Taurus, and then we'll also see the quincunx to Mercury in Capricorn. Quincunx energies bring in energy of discord. We'll see the energy of the moon in Capricorn sextile to Neptune in Pisces right before we ingress into the energy of the moon in Aquarius today. That happens at 5:45 p.m. We'll see a conjunction with Pluto, all right, at the very first degrees. And then we're going to see some sesquiquadra energies over to Venus in Virgo, Jupiter in Gemini. All right, we'll see a semi-square over to Saturn in Pisces as well. What is this? Like I say, every weekend that comes up, it will be a more so roller coaster, up and down type of energy today. All right. Where the quincunxes are going to cause some sort of discord in the energy, it's more so coming from the Leo aspect and where the sun is shining right now, to the sextiles of, Neptune being in its domicile, working well with the moon in Capricorn, the energy of Earth picking up here, remaining grounded, being slow and patient with whatever it is that you're working on creatively. Could be of significance here with this trine over to Uranus. But I'm seeing the discomforting energies coming through within Virgo, Gemini, all right, and some of it even pertaining to Pluto and Aquarius, all right. Biquintiles are going to happen to um, Mercury and Gemini early morning, which that should have happened already, all right. Let's look at where we currently are right now pertaining to degrees. It's currently 7:18 where I am. I'm starting this reading off early in the morning at the planetary hour of Saturn. Today is Saturn's day. All right. We are with the moon in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. We're ingressing into Aquarius, also ruled by Saturn. All right. So we're working more so, although the moon is at its detriment in Capricorn, we're getting a heavy pickup of energy with where we are on today's date. All right. Today is the 17th. It's giving star card vibes. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Let's just see here. So we've got the sun at 25 degrees and 2 minutes of Leo. All right, so that 25-degree mark here in the Sabian symbol, it is speaking about, well, we're heading towards the 26th degree. We're going to round up with Sabian symbols. All right, so we're going to look at the 26th degree. A rainbow. All right, it says promise of success. Self-liberation is not speculative. Subject to whims of fate and fortune, but a guaranteed result of constant endeavor. Developing the certainty that life fulfills its promise of joy. All right. The rainbow is usually accepted as having the ability to inspire us to feel beauty, wonder, and optimism. Its symbolism clearly links to two realms. It's a bridge from heaven to earth, pointing to an elusive pot of gold. As we evolve spiritually, we are reminded to keep in touch with the earth plane, so to develop more and more of an ability to function simultaneously in the two realms, on earth as it is in heaven. This is how life is brought to bear upon the darkness. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. I just heard that prayer in the back of my head as I'm reading this out. All right. So it said, as we evolve spiritually, we are reminded to keep in touch with the earth plane, so to develop more and more of an ability to function simultaneously in the two realms, on earth as it is in heaven. All right. This one, it says here, significance. We tend to give more significance to what we can control than what can control us. All right. So it's showing me a picture of the rainbow from one side of a body of water to the other. Okay. I'm thinking about a specific Sabian symbol. I think it's in Taurus's energy that speaks more so about the pot of gold. And we always would say there's always a pot of gold on the other side of the rainbow, right? That's what I'm thinking of right now. Not that it's significant to this, but I know there's a specific Sabian symbol that refers to that energy. I think it's Taurus's energy. One second. I'm going to find it. The rainbow's pot of gold. It's the 4th degree with the energy of Taurus here. All right. And the 1st to the 5th degree in Taurus's energy speaks about power. All right. We were speaking about that energy picking up more so with power. But where we are right now with Taurus's energy is Uranus at 28 degrees. We spoke about this one. A woman being pursued by mature romance. All right. So perpetual new beginnings. It feels like there's this like flirtatious type of energy in the vibe. All right. Now the moon in Capricorn heading to the 24th degree mark. This one speaks about a woman entering a convent and dedication to spiritual expression. Those who choose to pursue a life of devotion to God are supported by the community, affirming community support for spiritual seekers. Says, not only does society offer support and reward for the noble participant, it also provides for the person who chooses not to participate in the mainstream. In some cultures, notably India, with this sannyasins, the culmination of a life well lived was the absolute freedom from family responsibility and social duties. This insight points to the fact that the community acknowledges and approves of a higher transcendent level of personal attainment. I don't know, the collective of India lately has been picking up on my community of people. All right, so if you're here, welcome in. All right, this one speaks about consecration. It says true life satisfaction is beyond us until we find something to make sacred. It says when a person enters any secluded environment, it is in order to place firmer limits upon their exposure to sensory stimuli. A convent is designed for such a purpose because the mind often becomes less troubled when in prison cells or prayer cells. Interesting. As I just felt the need to, pull out the our Father prayer. All right. That's what we have with the sun and the moon today, being that those two energies more so are going to quincunx. Okay. So there could be discord in that energy. Not that it's happening right now, but from wherever we're moving forward from now until a little bit later today, it might be happening around that 25th degree mark. So what's Capricorn at the 26th degree if we're going to round up and match the sun? We're looking at the 26th to the 30th degree mark in Capricorn, speaking about mastery. And this one here says a water sprite. Dancing to the rhythm of life. We can tune into the subtle flow of energy that interpenetrates all life, and so find ourselves to be just one part of the great mystery, allowing yourself to respond to the feelings of the mysteries. All right. You might feel restless today. Those that are free spirited, and the way that you're able to master your own experience is what this specific Sabian symbol is speaking about. All right. So, where more so here we want to see, and where there's supposed to be a promise of success with the rainbow, quincunxing over to mastering your own experience. It's almost like, what is that for you? Okay. What else did I want to speak about with you guys? Mercury's in retrograde in Leo. All right, so this is going to be another quincunx today with the moon in Capricorn. And we're moving back towards the energy of the 27-degree mark. Take a look. All right. So where the sun in Leo is currently right now, moving towards the 26-degree mark, Mercury retrograding back, moving towards the 27-degree mark. They're going to be more so those two planets in the energy of a conjunction. All right. Not that it's happened yet, but anytime we have from 0 to 3 degrees apart, it's more so a conjunction. So I'm pretty sure that will be coming up pretty soon. All right. It speaks about daybreak. It says here, the light of a new dawn. Everything has its alpha and omega, and each part of its eternal cycle is blessed with light, being renewed moment by moment. Typically, a peak experience wherein we achieve further awakening is followed by a dark period of struggling confusion as we attempt to assimilate what we have realized. Yet cold, dark nights end, always there is dawn, and we can refresh our approach with a renewed clarity of mind and joy of heart. Eventually, we find ourselves coping easily with darkness and remembering to affirm joy and clarity as a constant life attitude. So here we're seeing Genesis, that all life is cyclical, holds the promise of renewal and joy in the hope of a better tomorrow. All right. So just like daybreak, it's like spring energy. It's like stepping into the new. All right. The light of a new day. That's what it's giving. Daybreak. Welcome in, you guys. All right. What else do I want to go over here? I don't know. This morning when I woke up, I was in the energy of right away in the energy of discord. I was sleeping last night and I had got done my weekend vibes reading. All right. I left my laptop on my table here and my daughter came in and she took the laptop. I guess she wanted to like kind of play with it or whatever it may have been. But I'm laughing because I woke up this morning and my entire layout of how I do my readings is completely deleted. And I'm like, what do I do? Here I am. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I want to go shower. I want to get on early. It's Saturn's day, right? I'm like sixth planet ruled by Saturn. I always work well when it's like in the planetary hour of Saturn. And here I am stepping into nothing on my laptop to be able to pull up for my collective. I had to go back and find everything that I utilized for my readings to be able to do this reading this morning. So it took me about 15, 20 minutes, but I got it done. I jumped in the shower. I'm like, okay, I feel refreshed. Let me jump on and let's see what's happening. So as I'm looking at the energies, I'm like, oh, Lord. I was like, could you imagine me trying to start a reading and pulling up my laptop and just going live and me not having nothing there and me just feeling like, distraught about not being able to provide the information to you guys when normally it's just a 1, 2, 3 thing and I put it right out there. All right. So that's Mercury for your ass. All right. It's just like working with the energies of, the moon being in Capricorn at its detriment. It was almost like control your emotions, Jazz, and you can get through this. That's what this was giving me. All right. So we talked about the sun. We talked about the moon. We talked about Mercury's energy. All right. Venus is moving into the 16th degree mark. Interesting in the way that I'm looking at it here. It's giving me 15 degrees, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. So it's giving me like an 11:11 as I'm looking at Venus's energy here. Let's see what that one's about. All right, so Venus is in Virgo, and we're going to round up to the 16th degree mark. It says an orangutan, the wildness within us. It is a futile and counterproductive to ignore that we have a wild beast within, with which we must come to terms, balancing of inner primal forces. The ideal to which humanity aspires is described by words such as goodness, truth, justice, and loving kindness. Yet within each one of us is a residual force of our primitive nature, the animal self that has no sense of right and wrong, no conscience, and little or no self awareness. Thus arises all conflict in the realm of human activity, both the inner ambiguities and the outer clashings and bangings that make the news headlines. Until we face up to the honesty or honestly and deal with it wisely, then there will be suffering. Interesting. And so it's basically giving me the epitome here. It says, in the zoo, children are brought face to face with an orangutan. All right. And normally they would be losing their shit, right? So it speaks about dexterity, freedom, and power can so often hinge on harnessing primal forces skillfully. All right. So that's that Venus energy today. I don't know. I mean, yesterday was the 16th. Anytime I look at, numbers, I always think of like back to tarot, because that's how I started here on my channel, was learning tarot. So 15 degrees can definitely be the energy of the death card. All right. Death card, it has a lot of negative connotations, but I don't think that it's that negative. It just shows determination and drive and ambition and perseverance behind why you're doing something. It does represent Capricorn's energy, and that's where we are with the moon right now, right? The 16th card is the energy of the Tower, something unexpectedly changing, all right? Something in which is meant to build a firm foundation around, that type of thing, all right? So this one more so speaking about rebalancing the inner primal forces within you, all right? So you can have this type of wildness within you. That's what it's saying, all right? So use it counterproductively. Let's see. Mars is moving into the 19th degree mark of Gemini, all right? And this is where we're going to see, is it Jupiter and, one second. Okay, so it's Jupiter and Venus that's going to be seeing the energy of the sesquiquadrats today. And once again, sesquiquadrats can bring in some sort of disharmony in the energy. All right, let's look at where we are with Gemini at the, what's that, 18th degree mark. This Sabian symbol says two Chinese men talking Chinese. Okay. Solitude of the spiritual seeker. To the general population, it seems as through the seeker is the very odd and speaks a strange language. So this could be me speaking my language here to you guys, and it's almost like, what is she talking about, right? What we are doing here, just for those that don't understand what I do on this channel, because I see I have way more viewers than I normally do. All right. When I started off this channel, you guys, I started off with just trying to learn tarot. It led me into learning about a lot of different things. It was more so astrology. As I learned tarot, we all know that tarot goes hand in hand with astrology. Everything happens in tarot pertaining to the Chaldean order of planets. All right. Every card has a specific meaning with a specific sign with a specific planet. When I associate these energies to my readings, I always every day go over the transits here. So when we do energy check-ins, I'm looking through and I'm tapping into the energy of the Sabian symbols. Sabian symbols are going to be, there was an astrologer and a psychic that came together. There's 30 degrees in every single zodiac sign, making up the 360 degrees that we have here in the astrology wheel. All right, so every Sabian symbol at whatever degree it's at has a specific meaning. Those are what I read out pertaining to where we are during that current time, during that current day. Okay. I do follow through with planetary hours on this channel. We speak more so about the Sabian symbols. We do astrology here. All right. So, if it seems like a strange language and you don't know what I'm talking about, stick with me here. I normally will go through and put in Sabian symbols, in the timestamps. And if you're not interested in it, you can just jump right into the collective reading. All right. But let's read this one out. It says, two Chinese men talking Chinese. It says, in order to find rapport with others, we speak their language in their manner and thus unconsciously take on certain of their attitudes and opinions. This is not supportive of a mind that seeks exceptional clarity. Such a mind needs to isolate themselves from the twin dangers, which are either the dissolving or the crystallization of one's own stance. We conform or become staunch. There will always be found a few like-minded, deeper individuals to talk to, but not in the common herd. These are not common things that we speak about here. Yes, I do a lot of ratchet readings. Yes, I dig deep into like love readings. Sometimes it comes out collectively that it's a heavy focus on career and day-to-day routines, money, work, whatever. right? But we also tap into a lot of spirituality here. And a lot of people don't like that about this channel. It's where I'm being led by my guides, all right? So if you're on, you know, the collective level, if not, if you're willing to learn about it, here we go. All right, so there's a difference here. It says, by mixing with our own kind, we focus our uniqueness as to perfect our life potential. All right. So lately, the energy has been coming up in my all signs reading, even yesterday, heavily on from Aries to Pisces, and how we're collectively supposed to be transmuting these transformational energies that we're going through right now with the planets, and how they're affecting us spiritually. All right. So if you're interested in that, go check that reading out. I do community chats on this platform. We do all sign readings. You can check out the ones for July and August 2024. They're normally posted by the beginning of the month. I'll do a mid-month check-in, and then I'll have to get ready to start, redoing all my transits for the upcoming month. So we'll typically go with I'm starting off with chakra readings, and we do angel tarot messages there. I'm going to start doing the astral rules. So I'll utilize my astral days and meditate on the energy and get messages from there before we pull the spread. So these are all different things that I'm doing on this channel. If you guys have any ideas of what I should do, typically I'm not involved in or, associated to personal readings. So please don't ask, because I don't do those. Not as of yet. Okay. My main focus here is on the community and the collective, and uploading, what that looks like for us here. What else? I mean, that's it. So I just went over Mercury, Venus, Mars, personal planets closest to us here. All right. And then the energy of the sun and the moon. I won't go over the energy of the North Node, Chiron. We'll tap into that a little bit later on today, with where this square is going to be happening. That's interesting, because it's kind of giving me it's coming up very, very soon. We're already at this 23-degree mark here with the moon in Capricorn. I'm looking at Chiron. It's at 23 degrees, but we may have had crossed over that energy already. All right, because one is at 19 minutes, the other one's at 47. All right, for the hell of it, I'll read it out. Chiron at 24 degrees in Aries. Let's see what it's talking about. An open window and a net curtain blowing into a cornucopia. The cornucopia came out in my reading yesterday, so this could have been definitely coming closer and closer. But anytime there's a square, there's tension in the energy, or there needs to be some sort of challenge. It could be a conflict, whatever it may be, but it requires attention. All right. So the shaping power of higher forces and allowing spiritual energies to inspire and impress us, allowing higher forces to shape our lives. All right. So if you woke up this morning with something that you weren't completely, expecting, happens to be that you've been going through some sort of healing, core wound healing, and there's attention being put on that energy here. All right. It says, when we grasp the essential spiritual principle of threeness, we open up to further inspired input of a spiritual dimension. We first master the secret of the yin and the yang, which is Tao in Chinese astrology, which I actually am going to pull today. Okay. It says push back, adjust, and then allow the higher aspects of beingness to impact upon our inspiration to expand our claim of abundance. All right. This one speaks about magnificence. Personal attainment is evidenced by the spiritual state of abundance. All right. So let's see here. Here we go. All right. I'm going to do a timestamp real quick with where we're doing the collective reading. Now go back in and do the timestamps for the Sabian symbols for those that are not interested in it. Okay. Of course, I always encourage people to sit through, because the messages and the energy that we tap into is definitely what will come out in the reading. But once again, I'm not going to force you to try to understand something that you feel like you don't want to listen to. All right, let's see. We'll do 25. All right. let's get into it, guys. What's going on here? I'm going to pull the astral dice. Let's roll it real quick. All right. I'm getting a sun, moon, rising Libra here. I'm seeing the 9th house. You may have Libra in the 9th house. Who's that? Aquarius. But it's showing me here Gemini in the 9th house. So Gemini typically ruled by Mercury. Sitting in the energy of the 9th house, it's giving the vibes of, in tarot, the 8 of Wands, Mercury and Sag. Sag is ruler of the 9th house. All right. But I'm seeing the energy of the sun. This could be the energy of source. All right. Right now could be a great time to do foreign travels, which definitely can speak about traveling. Mercury's energy is traveling. Okay. Traveling abroad with those that are in higher power. The 9th house is spirituality. It is foreign travel. It's higher learning. All right. It is belief systems. It's philosophies. Can be a lot of different things. Remain optimistic today, you guys, about the path that you're on is kind of the message I'm getting from that. With the messages that you're actually receiving here today. Let's take a look. This is the Chinese 5-element oracle. All right. So what I use in my astrology is Western astrology. I use the whole house system and how I understand what's happening more so. I am not interested in learning about Vedic astrology as of right now. Maybe one day I will, but that's not the way that I learned astrology. This Chinese elements is a little different than normally our elements here would be fire, water, earth, and air. Okay. Whereas this one has 5. I think it's metal, wood, fire, water, and earth. I believe it is. Yeah. We'll see. Let's see what comes out in the energy. Normally when I pull these cards and I get any of the 12 Chinese zodiacs, I'll pull up the information that I have on them and the type of characteristics that will show us what the energy is like. Okay. So I'm seeing the earth snake. Now, the snake, in the year of the snake, all right, the characteristics could be someone that's very intuitive, imaginative, competent, wise, sensitive. The characteristics could be someone that's funny, persuasive, sympathetic, passionate. The negative sides of this energy could be someone that's overconfident, judgmental, intimidating, stubborn. And what's expected more so is those that have professional luck appearing as joyful challenges, mentoring, and guidance support. All right. Or guidance providing support. All right. Normally, the earth snake is going to be compatible with the year of the dragon and or the rooster. We're currently here in the year of the wood dragon. All right. Interesting. So I believe the snake comes after the year of the dragon. So we're speaking about the 5th and the 6th energies of the Chinese zodiac. All right. Well, let's say that we're speaking about the 5th and the 6th houses more so in our astrology here. All right. And in the whole house system, that's going to be the house of Leo and the house of Virgo, and where we currently are right now with the energy of the sun. All right. So the sun being in Leo is in its domicile energy. The sun being in Virgo is moving more so into day-to-day routines. Obviously, Virgo season, the kids go back to school. Lots of organization. It calls like for perfection, getting yourself back in order. Your health, mind, body, spirit, the whole 9. All right. Now, the ruling hours for the energy of the snake is going to be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. All right. And during today's energy here, at that time, we're going to be in the planetary hour of the sun from 9:39 to 10:47, and then we'll be ingressing into the planetary hour of Venus from 10:47 to 11:55, which the sun in its domicile energy is going to have a pickup of energy more so during that specific time frame. All right. So if it pertains to a highlight being with the sun in Leo, that's going to quincunx to the moon in Capricorn and where we are right now, there might be some sort of discord. But if you're willing to face it, it's showing me here that gratitude leads to some sort of abundance. Okay. It's a pretty cool card. All right. Tapped in with the energy of nature as well. I'm seeing the world behind there. All right. So it's giving earth vibes. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that's where we are currently right now. Venus in Virgo. What else is in Virgo right now? Venus is in Virgo. The moon is in Capricorn, earth element. And then we have Uranus in Taurus, in which we spoke about earlier. Let's read this energy out and see what the Chinese astrology is speaking about here. I keep seeing the number 6. All right. With the number 6, once again, it's Virgo's energy, 6th house energy. All right. So the yin earth and the heavenly frequency brings blessings from Mother Earth. She will provide you with the resources you need to manifest your dreams. Tune into her frequency of peace and gratitude. The more you give back to her land, the more abundance she will give you in return for your generosity. The snake is an interesting yin fire sign with hidden yang qualities of metal, fire, and earth. She appears feminine and nurturing on the surface, and it's only when you get to know her that you'll also discover a determined and bright character who can also be very persistent. This card tells you to search deeper. You may be surprised to find buried treasures hidden underneath the surface. The earth snake pillar brings messages of love and joy. Enjoy or engage in activities that make your heart sing to spark the joy within. You have an infinite capacity to love. Be bold with your love and sincere with your heart. So this deck goes over messages from heaven and earth. Interesting. As we said, we were reading the Sabian symbol for the moon in Capricorn. All right. Where is it? Oh, my bad. It was the energy of the sun in Leo. All right. So that could be a significance why I'm speaking this up. A rainbow. Okay. And it was given me here. As we evolve spiritually, we are reminded to keep in touch with the earth plane. So to develop more and more of an ability to function simultaneously in the two realms, on earth as it is in heaven. All right. So the messages, heaven and earth, you guys can screenshot that with the specific energy of today and read it out later. See how significant this is for you. All right. It says the message from heaven is yin earth reminds us to consider our actions with sustainability in mind, nature, Mother Earth, as you would yourself and your loved ones. We are all part of her. So the message from earth says the snake's yin fire carries the frequency of joy, which you can cultivate by bringing in more of what uplifts you. Where in nature do you feel happier? It says a simple awareness practice is to note the dominating colors in your wardrobe and your surrounding. Which colors and objects uplift your mood? Interesting, as I chose blue today. Something about the colors of the rainbow. Anytime you wear a color throughout the day, it signifies in spirituality the energy of your vibration. Speaking of the chakras, right? From the root to the crown. The root is red, earth energy. We'll speak about the sacral chakra will be the color orange, and that's going to be your creativity. All right. The solar plexus is your willpower. All right. Your strength, your courage, and that sits in the energy of just around your belly area there, represents yellow. All right. The heart chakra, which is typically Leo's energy, rules the heart. It's green. And then when you get to the upper chakras, you step into the blues. So if you have to communicate something, that's blue. If it's the third eye and you're seeing something, you have a vision of something, that's an indigo color. Anytime you reach the crown, it's going to be the color of purples and or white. Okay? So remind yourself today as you're walking forward in the energy of a rainbow, okay? How is your vibration on the other side of this promise of success, and where Mother Nature is saying the more you show gratitude, the more abundance you reap, okay? I'm getting the energy in tarot of the Nine of Pentacles. It's giving the Venus in Virgo vibes, in which we are currently in the transit. All right. And again, that Sabian symbol was speaking more so about, where is it at? How you have the wildness within you, the orangutan. We spoke about it. All right. So rebalancing your primal forces from within. All right. So that's what I have here with the Earth Snake. We're going to move forward to the following deck that I pulled for today's energy, the Black Moon Lilith. All right. This is what that deck looks like. Goes over a lot of good information. Let's see what's coming out here on this Saturn's Day. We've got Black Moon Lilith in Cancer. So honor your emotions today, you guys. This is what the card looks like. Once again, I'm seeing the energy of Mother Earth. We've got the water there. We've got the trees. We've had, feet on the ground. Very tuned into nature as well. But Cancer's energy is going to speak about your emotional state. Let's look this up. There's nothing really much happening in Cancer right now, you guys. Anytime the moon crosses over Cancer is where we'll see, some energy stepping into there. Nothing happening in Cancer right now. And the fact that the moon, which is ruled by, Cancer's energy, is in Capricorn, is at its detriment, is working with its least strength. All right. So honor your emotions. The universe wants you to know that your emotions are valid, and this is your time to heal and honor them. When this oracle comes to you, the cosmos is asking you to stop neglecting your own emotions for the sake of others. Home is your sanctuary where you should feel safe. It's time to review and clear what is not aligned in your home life and your emotional world. Symbolized by the crab, the zodiac sign Cancer is an emotional water sign ruled by the mother moon. When the Black Moon Lilith is here, the mother is a main character in your life. She may have projected her emotions onto you, making you responsible for soothing her and neglecting yourself. Or your mother may have been a dominant force in the family, normalizing emotional strength and matriarchy. Diana, Princess of Wales, had Black Moon Lilith in Cancer in her relationship house, and consequently a turbulent life with the royal family. Both your thoughts and emotions make up your energetic frequency. Emotions are a barometer for what is aligned for you and what is not. If something does not feel right, make decisions using your intuition. All right. So this deck more so goes over the feminine shadow work and my divine masculine shadow work. Okay. My divine feminines, it says traditions exist only because one person started them. Sometimes being the catalyst for change isn't the most comfortable, but you are bringing healing to your family line. Visualize sending love to your child self, closing an old wound. So we're speaking about the energy of Chiron today that is actually within the trine over to, a square over to Capricorn's energy here. Okay. So this could be where the conflict is saying emotionally, with the moon being at its detriment and squaring over to where you are meant to be healing, it could definitely be that you have to honor your own emotions and why you feel the way that you do about something. All right, with Black Moon Lily coming out. It could be within your home environment. It could be with a mother figure. It could be some sort of inner child healing you have to do within yourself. All right, to be able to overcome whatever that wound feels like for you. All right. So tapping into Mother Nature, once again, going by water today, could be a lake, could be the beach, whatever it may be, could be very soothing and healing for you putting your feet down on the ground, literally touching base with Mother Earth. All right, feeling grass, sand, whatever that may be, or sitting upon a tree could be of significance. Go read a book, do something that makes you feel tapped in with nature, so that you can remain grounded emotionally and focus on your healing. I'm seeing a dark cloud in the background here. I don't know where you guys are and if it's in a raining energy today, but rain shows the energy of purity. I mean, those are the tears of God, right? That's the way I look at them anyway. So if you have plants today, you want to put them outside so that they can, get that energy of Mother Nature, all right, coming down and into the soil, that type of thing. All right. It says home is your sanctuary and comfort zone. Create the nurturing environment that you deserve. All right. So tap into that energy today if you want to focus more so on your comfort in your home environment. Okay, let's look at the Guides of the Hidden Realms here. This is one of my favorite decks. It's by Colette Baron Reed, one of her newest decks. I utilize a lot of her decks, and I pull a crystal on every reading for those that are just stepping in. All right. So what happens more so is we'll go through the crystals. It has a general message. It has relationship messages, prosperity messages, and it will tell us how to utilize that specific stone that comes out in the reading. It typically always aligns right with what we're tapping into in the energy. So we'll do that at the end. Let's see what the hidden realms have to say. The sovereignty of magic. What's up with the numbers 5 and 6 this morning, you guys? That's what I'm feeling. All right. So 5th house, 6th house, Leo, Virgo energy. Is what I'm feeling here. But again, we're going to look at chakra colors. All right. So I'm seeing purple, as I just explained, from root to crown. Purple would be the crown chakra. It is what you understand. All right. As you cross over the energy of your vision, it's going to be what you see. All right. So you could be seeing synchronicities, signs, and symbols. All right. Understanding that you are tapping in with the energy of spiritual forces, and, miracles are being brought through by this energy. I'm seeing the outlining be of yellow. All right. So yellow is the solar plexus energy, and it's associated to fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. All right. Where we're speaking about today's transits having quincunxes over from the moon in Capricorn to Chiron in Aries, the sun and Mercury in Leo. This could definitely be where there's a mother force behind what's happening in the energy right now to help come through and heal you. All right. It's a spiritual type of force. Let's read on this. So number 5. All right, so the key concepts on this card, it says universal laws, synchronicities, life-changing events, miracles, awareness of spiritual forces. So you would know if you're being spiritually protected at this time. All right, an invisible power operates in every aspect of our lives. This truth is woven through through the cosmos. Magic is the metaphysical realm, always sovereign to the material. When we remember our inherited connection to the divine and engage our intuition and our partnership with the universe, we awaken to the messages and miracles around us. Symbols and synchronicities serve as a reminder that the universe is always listening and engaging us. This is your sign, the answer you have been waiting for. The invisible world is creating necessary shifts so that the outer world will reflect the intentions you've set in motion. Pay attention to those feelings of inexplicable connection to uncanny knowing. So it's kind of giving me like understand what your intuition is trying to tell you here. All right, the music of destiny is calling your name, and surprising opportunities are aligning for your highest good. No matter the challenges, step forward. Trust that your abundance is assured and prepare to be amazed. So I mean, the universe can come in like magically in any kind of way possible. All right, through other people. They can come in through here online. All right, they have the ability. The universe has the ability to do whatever it wants to do. All right. It says, reversed, this energy can speak about we often ask for help from a place of perceived separation and scarcity, praying for guidance from something outside of us, and then we discount the signs that appear because they don't look the way that we thought they would. Synchronicities are orchestrated on our behalf. So we don't have to work so hard to get where we want to go. When we are aware of them, we manifest our lives with less effort. It says, get out of your head and trust in the magic that permeates the fabric of the universe and beyond. What experience do you want to create? Be thankful for it in advance. Relinquish the need to know the form of it and act as if it is already here. When you align with the magic of the universe, it will never disappoint you, but it may surprise you. All right, so let it. Interesting. The 888 portal we crossed over. All right, I prayed that my channel will start taking off. I prayed that my family would be safe. I prayed that new things of abundance would be shown to me. And I woke up this morning with so many different synchronicities coming through. It was ridiculous. I won't say what they were because that's something personal to me. But look out for numbers, signs, colors, symbols, and anything. Spirit works through everything. All right. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here with this energy. All right, you guys. Let's get into it. This is funny. I'm going to be using my Miss Cleo's deck. All right. It's more so Egyptian based, which I thought was pretty awesome. All right. As I split the deck, 5 of Swords in the World card. 5 of Swords energy could feel like an energy of feeling like defeated almost. The need to detach yourself from the world. As I say the world, I mean, it's coming out with the World card. Something's meant to come full circle here. There's a sense of completion more so. And I feel that this is going to be the completion of this fixed moon cycle. This is Aquarian energy, and we are getting ready to step into the moon in Aquarius. And it's going to be the full moon energy, which Aquarius is associated to this card. This is associated to Saturn. And right behind this 5 of Swords energy, I'm seeing the energy of the devil, which is Capricorn. Capricorn moon, moving into Aquarius, and where we are currently ending a specific chapter here with this fixed moon cycle. All right, so something about that. Let's see. Firefly, if you're in the room, thank you for being here. I can't really see you. There you go. Let's see. What is in today's energy here on this Saturn's day with the moon in Capricorn, getting ready to step into this full moon in Aquarius? What do we need to know? See? I normally am pretty good with tapping into the synchronicities and the way that Spirit taps in with me. I understand many different things in many different ways, but work with me here, you guys. I had a long night. I had to help my daughter with her room yesterday. I'm a little exhausted, but yes, I am putting in the hours, Firefly. Thank you. You're clearing things out for me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Firefly is flying through the chat. That's awesome. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay. 10 of Wands right out the deck there. This card can always be like, oh, it's so negative. You're carrying so much heavy burdens. You're putting in so much work, right? But the reason you're carrying these wands is because you don't give up, all right? You're doing something to fulfillment. That's what this is. That's Saturn and Sagittarius' energy, all right? Something requires a lot of patient work, and I see that you have passion for whatever this is. I'm seeing the specific card is holding one wand in his hand, and he's carrying the other 9 on his shoulders. All right. So anytime we're looking at that Ace of Wands, it's because you have passion for something. Okay. I see the Hermit here. Oh, yeah. All right, if you more so were going down, let's say the dark night of the soul, if you were going through some sort of journey here, all right, it looks more so like you're stepping out of that secluded, isolated energy, all right, and stepping right into like a spiritual union here with the Two of Cups. This is going to be the energy of Venus in Cancer, which represents the energy of birthing something new. Okay, that could be your goal more so. I don't know, out of these three cards, I was being highlighted to look at the heavy yellow. So once again, at the solar plexus energy, and where you're meant to have courage and determination right now to continue to push forward. All right, it's the willpower behind the life force energy that you're working with more so. All right, I've got the Six of Cups. There could have been a situation in the past that could be coming through in your memories. You could feel nostalgic about this energy. This could be someone thinking about you. This could be some sort of inheritance that was meant to come in a while ago, where it's finally coming through. Now that, you know, you're stepping out of this energy of the Hermit, all right? Because the Hermit is coming out in the energy of the challenge. It was almost like you had to step out of that in order for you to achieve your goal, which is the Two of Cups, coming into union, all right? Becoming balanced again within your your masculine and your feminine energies. And this could have been something that you've been carrying for a long time, not wanting to give up on it until it's something has to be done to fulfillment. Okay, something has to be carried where it's actually bringing you some sort of a sense of completion is what I'm feeling with the Ten of Wands. Almost like if you're ready to step into that Ace of Wands energy. All right. You've come a long way is what I'm looking at here with the Six of Cups. Notice how this person in the background is getting ready to look into that cup. They probably don't know what that cup consists of. But as you're moving forward, you're looking back and seeing how far you've come. So that's pretty awesome there. Let's see. All right, the Three of Coins. You could do something for work that you love to do. Okay, this is the energy more so of Capricorn. I believe this is Mars in Capricorn's energy, which is typically exhausted. Exhausted. I said it. Exalted. Okay, there. You could be exhausted if you're having to put in a lot of work right now. I said it. Okay. Let's see. Seven of Swords. This is giving me a shift in the energy. Why is that Seven of Swords there in the outcome of the future? That's interesting. Definitely can speak about strategy. Okay. That's the energy of that moon in Aquarius. So maybe this is what we're speaking about here, and how the shift will go from Capricorn's energy to Aquarius's energy. But notice how these people are collaborating and this person is trying to steal what they can and run away with it. Careful. All right. Protect your energies, you guys. Because anytime someone has seven swords and you're walking away with five of them, four in your shoulder, and you trying to pull the other one up, it's leaving you with two. Anytime you're with a Two of Swords, that means you're at a crossroads. There's a decision that needs to be made there. All right, pertaining to the path that you're heading on here. All right, I see Chariot, definitely. You want to go towards what path is going to bring in success and triumph. All right. I'm seeing the Seven of Wands, which is currently the deacon that we're in right now, represented by Mars in Leo, all right, in tarot. It means that you're standing your ground. You're trying to defeat something or someone, all right. You have those six wands that are more so in your way, but you're standing your ground on your one wand here. All right. Once again, I'm seeing that here. Doesn't matter the amount of work you have to put into something. You're putting in because you want to see success in something. That's more so the environment around you is like you're standing ground. I see Lovers, whether it's a a specific choice that you've made pertaining to your journey, if it pertains to a specific relationship that you feel you want to be committed to. All right, the Lovers is going to be Gemini's energy. We spoke about in the Astro Dice, Gemini coming out with the ninth house. It's giving, if you are having this twin flame connection with someone from abroad, could be an angel guide, all right, someone that's meant to look over you and guide you on your path here. That could be this energy. You standing your ground on what you want with this specific commitment, this union. Okay. It's like you're set on the choice that you've made. You're not allowing anyone to come in and put you onto a different path. Whatever path you set yourself on now is the one that's going to be successful. The Emperor is the one that sits on the chariot now. It's coming out here with the Emperor in the overall of the reading. All right, so if you're building a business, if you're stepping back into your power, if you're meant to be a leader, a person of authority, of leadership, and whatever this may be, it's coming out with the energy of the moon. All right, so if you have, intuitive gifts that you're meant to start a business with, you're not allowing anyone or anything to stand in your way. You've seen how far you've come. You've been doing what you love to do. You've been strategizing on how to move forward. You're not allowing other people to come in and take you off your path by, being deceptive and or envious or jealous of what you have going on. I see someone in their energy here, very focused, very determined, very ambitious, and it's showing me someone that's stepping right into the energy of their power. All right. Whatever you do to fulfillment. There is no longer isolated, solitude, hermit energy over here. That's over and done with. It's almost like you need to come out of that energy. That's your challenge in order to step right into the energy of this Two of Cups. Okay. So I'm seeing more so Aries, Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, Capricorn again, Scorpio's here, Cancer is here again, Virgo's here, and Sagittarius. Okay. All right, strength. So that's that Leo's energy. All right, taming the ego and the pride from within. Knight of Swords. That's going to be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. All right, if you have something to say, you're going to say it. I feel more so control. All right, your ego today. Look at this. It comes out with the Strength card, and the following card comes out with the Knight of Swords. Look how that lion is quickly able to jump on, this energy here. So be careful what you say. Be careful of those that are trying to come in and cause some sort of conflict. That Knight of Swords energy can be fast incoming communication, and where you feel that if it's not for your highest good, you need to be able to protect yourself from that energy. Okay. The Four of Swords, I feel like shows part of your healing process where you're supposed to be resting and rejuvenating in today's energy. We saw the Black Moon, Lilith, and Cancer card come out here. It's given like the divine feminine energy opposing the divine masculine energy here. All right. I feel like this is the Empress here holding back and taming the energy within their divine masculine energy. Because if you let that out today, it can be very explosive. Okay. With this Knight of Swords energy here. Remain healed. Focus on resting. All right. Rejuvenate your energies within the mental state as well, so that you can gain clarity on how to move forward with something. See those three swords up there? That energy in tarot represents Saturn and Libra. It speaks about devotion. All right. Once you have the Ace of Swords, you've gained clarity or had some sort of breakthrough within the energies. where more so the Three of Swords can speak about heartbreak, loss, separation, all right, and the need to heal. All right, now I see the Knight of Wands here. This can definitely be going after whatever the passion is. Once again, I'm feeling like I keep seeing the one wand, right? He's holding here the one wand. The Seven of Wands over here. You have the Six. You feel defeated. You still have your one wand, all right? Standing your ground, continuing to move on your journey here. Okay, moving through the waters towards your passions. And those waters can be rocky waters. Let's be honest. All right. Anytime we have fire energy, it brings a sense of heavy passion and desire that you have for something. And it could definitely be pushing through that emotional state, right? Let's see. And there's the Eight of Wands. I felt it earlier when I pulled those astro dice. So this is the Mercury and Sagittarius card. All right. It's almost like, let me read it out the book so we can all understand what this is. Mercury in Sagittarius. All right. Speaks about discovery. All right. Mercury's energy is change. Sagittarius is optimism and adventure in the specific deck. It says Mercury Sagittarius people have the kind of mind that responds well to further education. In fact, their search for a personal philosophy and truth is continual. Mercury Sagittarians often have prophetic insights into public trends and opinions and are consequently successful at playing hunches. This is a good aspect for people in powerful positions, such as politics and business. It says other people's attitudes are important to people with this planet sign combination, and awareness of others' opinions colors the Mercury Sagittarius major ideas and decisions. This card describes someone who uses his or her accurate ability to uncover and judge public views to contribute to their own successful exploitation of such views, thus making themselves popular. Though not always logical, they are invariably, they say what they want and whatever they think and they mean it. Despite this honesty, despite this honesty, Mercury Sagittarians rarely depart from conventional ways and their desire to remain popular is paramount. They genuinely like people and people like them. Travel is important to Mercury Sagittarians who could spend time in another country or in the companionship of those from another culture. All right, so this can speak about the events of a visit from someone abroad, learning a foreign language, planning a long trip, discovering a philosophy or religion, and following a guru or a mentor, some sort of involvement in politics as well. That's what this energy was giving me out of the astro dice here. And with the energy of the sun coming out with Gemini in the ninth house, it was giving me, there's a heavy spotlight here of you have something to say, speak that out into the universe and let it travel to those that are abroad. Okay? It's like you sending a message and or receiving a message. It could also speak about the energy of a sudden change in tarot. Okay? Tower. Something unexpected. Okay? High Priestess. Could definitely be if you have some sort of secrets about the universe. All right? If you have this intuitive feeling about something that is more so unknown to others. Okay? You want to put that message out there, but be careful with traveling with this type of information because it can bring you to be in the energy of your ego and your pride or others trying to come for you. That type of energy. All right, so stand your ground right now. Be careful of those that you collaborate with as well, because there could be people out there that are meant to come in and betray you in a way, sabotage you in a way. All right, they're here to try to defeat you and what message you have to put out there. Okay. So I'm going to leave the reading there, you guys. We're going to pull the crystal, and I'll tap in a little bit later with possibly a community chat. All right. Or we'll do some We might do an astral rule today. I'm kind of feeling that overall. We might do an astral rule later today. All right. Go check out the all signs reading from yesterday. All right. Yesterday was the 16th of August. I'm going to start dating all of my videos, you guys, because I do collective readings and they're more so with energy check-ins. The community chats more so pertaining to the astrological transits that I do. Okay. And I'm going to start dating everything. That way you can refer back to a specific date if you have to with that specific energy. At the beginning of my readings, I always go over the transits first. So I will never start off with the reading in the beginning. It would always be with the energy first. Okay. Let's see what crystal we have for today. It's showing me lepidolite. All right. It says simplification, manageability, organization, one task at a time. The peace stone. All right. This is the stone of transition and where it's meant to stabilize the soul. I'm seeing number 32 here. Okay. Let's see. 32. All right, so the general message here says, Lepidolite spirit appears to tell you to slow down and simplify, for you have been turning your attention and your energy too far to many different things, distracting yourself from the wisdom available to you. If you feel lost and overwhelmed, it's no wonder. Fortunately, Lepidolite spirit is here to focus you. Think about how satisfying it is to do one task from beginning to end with mindfulness, free of all the noise and distractions and keeps you from feeling a sense of completion. There is always more to do, but life becomes more manageable when you recognize that refocusing over and over again will only exhaust you and slow you down. Remain present, doing just one thing, and your courage, conviction, and confidence will return. Take one task at a time, then it will be easier to hear the quiet voice of your intuition, which will guide you in prioritizing. What needs to get done will get done, and your life will become more manageable if you follow this crystal's lead. All right, so lepidolite is meant to stabilize you here. All right, stabilizing the soul by doing one thing, remaining organized more so. All right, relationship message. It says problems in relationships have a way of sorting themselves out when we reorient ourselves by simplifying, letting go of the strings of worries that has us jumping here and there and feeling that we can never do enough or be enough to make our relationships work. Settle into simplicity and bring the energy of Lepidolite spirit into your relationships. Slow down and listen by simply saying, I'm sorry, yes, and I see. Simply being present and focused on another person. Listening to the words they speak and the messages they send silently through the language of their bodies. You will start to feel calmer, and whatever the challenge, simplicity can help. All right, so prosperity message says, Lepidolite spirit shows up when we are most likely to freak out. It gently soothes us with a message. Keep it simple. Figuring out finances can lead to a harried state, even if you are good at math, because money represents your security in this world. Now it is the time to release your fears and experience that focusing on just one task and completing it will return you to equilibrium. One thing, then another, and then another. It will all sort itself out if you simplify and focus. Crystal Spirit Meditation says lepidolite is the go-to stone for times of stress. It teaches us to slow down and care for ourselves. Although useful in meditation, the stone is just as effective placed in the bathtub while we soak. Have a cup of tea and relax. All right, so it's kind of giving like a chill vibe this weekend, you guys. Stabilize your soul. All right, focus on the energy of peace. Manage more so what you can bring into organization in your life and simplify that. All right, number 32 could be of significance for you guys. I'm seeing rhodonite on the bottom of the deck. This has a lot to do with relationships this weekend, possibly. All right, so for interesting, it's giving me Leo Aquarius energy, and where we are with the sun right now shining in Leo in opposition to where this full moon in Aquarius is going to happen. That's going to be in the house of relationships. All right, so my Leos and my Aquariuses, this could be definitely for you. Where harmony in relationships, easily connecting with others, generosity, reciprocity, and discovering hidden talents to share with others could be of significance. All right. I love you guys. I'm leaving the reading there.